Well, I mean, if you just wondering about my rank, it's Global Elite. Now, since we cleared that I'm a Global Elite, we can talk about how to hold your angles like a professional. I watch CSGO professional matches, so rest assured, I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm Global Elite. And again, this always means I know what I'm talking about. Don't worry, you can see. You can see. Don't leave me. So on this video I'll be showing you guys 3 techniques on how to hold your angles, and these are techniques used by professional players as well. From what I saw in professional point of views, and to hold your angle, the 3 techniques I'll be showing you is one spot cover angle, double peak cover angle, and before peak cover angle. So these are techniques I found by myself while watching professional matches. So the names are like really similar because I couldn't be naming them. So while teaching you guys the techniques, I'll be giving you a live example from professional point of views, so that you guys get a better understanding on what am I talking about. Alright, so we're going to talk about one spot cover angle. It's pretty much where when your enemy peeks you and falls back, he will have information on you if he's a good player. The moment he peeks out again, he will pre-fire that spot. If you're still in that spot, you're dead. But of course, in my case, I suck at aiming. Why did I have to suck at aiming? Just keep in mind, the PUV demo that you were watching was not a demonstration of one spot cover angle. What you were watching was the enemy side who was trying to kill you, who wasn't using the one spot cover angle. And because of that, I'm going to show you a demonstration of Shroud using one spot cover angle. Remember what I told you last time? When the enemy peeked and fall back, he would know where you were previously. If he peeks out again, he'll pre-fire that spot where you were. So what Shroud did, he fell back. Alright, so now we'll be going to double peak cover angle. I'll give example used by Hiko, and I'll explain what he did.
Going in now, the kills start to trickle in. 4 spots was on that CT side. It will once again just be Hiko. Is he about to pull off the Alamo? He's got 3 from behind quad. Can he find a 4th? He gets the 4th. He's on for the 8th, and he gets it! What?
Actually, let's not do that one, because I think I'm just gonna get an orgasm while trying to explain. I'll give you example on Shroud's point of view. So pretty much what double peak cover angle means. Say you're watching that specific angle, but you can't watch your back. That's the problem, right? The technique double peak cover angle, it lets you counter the problem of getting flanked. So I'll explain. When you are spotted watching a specific angle, you have to be cautious of another enemy behind you. So to counter that is to always be aware of your surroundings and don't focus on one spot, because if you do, you'll be flanked from behind. And what Shroud did was, when he looked at a specific angle, he fell back to look at another angle. So pretty much double peak cover angle is to counter being flanked. And again, I'll show you the Hiko video where he's using the double peak cover angle. I'm just gonna get my tissue, be right back.
Start to trickle in. 4 spots was on that CT side. It will once again just be Hiko. Is he about to pull off the Alamo? He's got 3 from behind quad. Can he find a 4th? He gets the 4th. He's on for the 8th, and he gets it! What?
Now you can see how obviously blatant he looks using the double peak cover angle rule. Yeah, so now we'll be going to the next rule, which is before peak cover angle. But because before peak cover angle rule is really easy to use, I'll be making it more complex, adding after spot cover angle rule. Those 2 rules are like rivals, they count each other all the time. So say one spot cover angle rule is fire, after spot cover angle rule is water.
T-side, cuckoo. Cuckoo. Impressive!
Bro, I swear, one of my bucket lists is to get this guy into the major. I mean, that cast is nuts, man. We have a lot. I'm gonna start off explaining after spot cover angle first, because then you'll get a better understanding of how these 2 rival each other, which is before peak cover angle and after spot cover angle. Just to keep this in mind, after spot cover angle is really similar to one spot cover angle. You know how KOB peeked out to Carrigan? And then Carrigan didn't move after KOB fell back, and that's how KOB was able to get an easy kill, right? Because he didn't move from that spot. So when KOB peeked out again, he pre-fired the spot where Carrigan previously was. The reason why I'm not going to name it one spot cover angle, which is the rule where you have to fall back after the enemy shoulder peeked you, because in one spot cover angle rule, you had cover, right? It was named cover in it for a reason, but it was different with after spot cover angle. Never mind. The names really do confuse you. In one spot cover angle, you had cover But in after spot cover angle, you are using your enemy's cover to your advantage. Since you had no cover nor, you're meant to go into a different spot. After your enemy falls back, shoulder peeking you, and you have no cover, that was when you were meant to use after spot cover angle, which is to get out of the spot you originally were and to be in a much more unpredictable spot, and that is after spot cover angle. And the reason why one spot cover angle and double peek cover angle rivals each other is because of this reason. I'll show you. But first, I need to introduce before peek of angle rule. It's a, well, you know, it's a simple rule. I'm sure some of you guys know this if you're an intermediate level. It's pretty much a jiggle peek. So, you know, one of those rules where you peek with your shoulder instead of wide peeking. Because if you wide peek out of nowhere, right? Well, if there's an AWPer watching you and that AWPer is not an idiot, he will kill you, right? So pretty much the jiggle peek rule, which is before peek of angle rule, always jiggle peek a spot where you suspect a person might be. Because if you just wide peek out of nowhere and that person is watching that corner where you're gonna peek out, well, of course it depends on reaction time, but if that is an AWPer, then if it's not an idiot, then you're dead. So here's the live example for me using the shoulder peek rule.
Sit.
Nice.
Sit.
Right, so I'm gonna go back to explaining why the two rules, both after spot cover angle and before peek cover angle, rivals each other. This is because remember how I told you in after spot cover angle, you had to move to a different spot where you originally were, where the other rule, which is before peek cover angle, is jiggle peek, right? Remember how I told you earlier, is to always shoulder peek a spot where you suspect a person might be. If you can use before peek cover angle rule properly, which is jiggle peeking properly, then that means after spot cover angle is useless. If you don't use shoulder peek properly, then that means the after spot cover angle wins. Now I'll explain why that was a satisfying cough. So I'm gonna try and explain again, alright? You remember the part where you saw Kirby and Karrigan were having a 1-1 duel? At the end, Kirby won because he was on an instant advantage when he fell back, right? But you see, Karrigan would have won if he used after spot cover angle. It was because after Kirby peeked out again, he did not use any form of before peek cover angle, which is jiggle peek. I mean, he did manage to fall back, but that's a different rule. I'll show you that in a different video. So that means if Karrigan actually did go to a new spot, Kirby would be aiming at a spot where he thought Karrigan previously was, right? And if Karrigan was really at that place, which I just showed you, in the end, if Kirby didn't use jiggle peeking, then that means Karrigan wins. So that's it for today. Just to keep in mind, I told you about 4 techniques out of 23 that I learned from watching professional matches. Next one would be about how to be an unpredictable player.